Hi, people. This is Deborah. I want to talk today about the word soulmate. A lot of people think that they have a soulmate in the physical earth. I just found out recently that a soulmate is not a person, it is within the brain. And the reason why soulmate is within the brain is because in the brain, there has to be a love connection between the four ventricles. There has to be a love connection. Look at the word love and flip it. That means that the word love means evolve. The four ventricles has to evolve. Let's look at what I wrote down, the etymology of the word soulmate. A feeling of deep, a natural authenticity, a relationship by marriage. Let's look up the word affinity. AFFINITY. The degree to which a substance tend to combine with another. Substance now, that's important. What is that talking about? It's talking about the four that is separate. When the four acknowledges each other inside the brain through you having knowledge of it, then it combines. And when it combines, it becomes a marriage. That's the marriage. The marriage is not outside of the brains. The marriage is within the brain. When you fall in love with your brain, then you are evolved. You become married to your soulmate. That is your soulmate within the brains. When the cosmos gave me that, I went, whoa. That's why today I love my ex-husband to this day, even though we've broken up for 20 something years ago. But I'm not interested in being with him anymore. I stopped that probably about 17 years ago. And it's been wonderful for me. And what I mean by that is not that I knock men. I don't. I have great love for my brothers. Some of them are immature, but I have great love for my brothers. I don't do disrespectful brothers. You're not going to disrespect me as a woman at no time. Because I don't permit it. I have great respect for myself. I always did. And I always was in control of myself even when I was wrong. But when the cosmos gave me that, I went, whoa, that's awesome. Because you got to remember, those of you that are reading the books, and when I say books, they are the Bible, the Torah, and the Quran. When it talks about a marriage, it's talking about inside of your brain. It's not talking about outside of your brain, honestly. That's the spiritual marriage. And when the cosmos brought that to my attention, I went, awesome. That's why I can get up every day and I am not lonely. Because when I think about it, when I was with my ex-husband for 20 something years, and I was with him and and I thought we was in love and all that, I always felt lonely. I was with a man, y'all, and I was lonely. I was so lonely. He wasn't interested in the things that I was interested in. I was always a person interested in spiritual things. Always. I was born that way. And he wasn't into that. He was into money. I was into money too. But that's where he was. He was in the army, and he had a degree in engineering, and his focus was money and material possession. And I was into money and material possession because I had a great job too at IBM. And but there's a part of me was interested in spirituality, and he wasn't. And so I used my time to search out spirituality. What is this? And so when the cosmos gave me the spiritual thing of what marriage really was, I went, wow. Because I had begun to wonder, I had to look at it, am I being mean to men, or I'm just telling them how they should be? And because I do analogy on myself every day, because I don't want to be mean to nobody. That's not my intention. And I want to do a video and people get something out of it. This video is not for everybody. It's just for those that are interested in the spiritual things, because I clearly know how I was and I know how I am today. And so that's very important to me, that I relay what I've learned to people that are out there that are interested in similarities as myself. And um, so I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't being mean to the guys. And I found out that I wasn't. And the reason why I'm not mean to the guys, because uh, I'm married within myself. And that is an awesome thing for me, because daily there is balancing taking place between the spiritual realm and this realm. And that is awesome for me. And I wanted to share that with you. I got so excited today, and I wanted to share that. And I was going to keep it to myself. And I'm like, will they understand? But those that are interested in spirituality, you'll understand. Those that are not interested in spirituality, you won't. Because spiritual beings focus on anatomy. Spiritual beings focus on spiritual things. And like I've said, uh, please don't say the the hybrids uh, gave you bad books. They didn't understand most of it themselves. They just copied and from the Egyptians priest. The Egyptian priests were corrupt. That's who they were. They were corrupt. And they considered themselves to be the illuminated ones. They reversed everything because that system was matriarchal, which means the women were the government. And they took all that and they reversed it right down to the ankh. And the ankh represent the fallopian tube, which is the wound in the woman. The man does not have it, but they made it life. And it's okay if they made it life because, and within the womb, there is life. Well, life is there. So that's fine. But it's funny because at the tip of the ankh, they tried to make it the penis. I'm like, y'all need to stop. Oh, y'all need to stop. See, that is what I'm talking about. If you're going to tell the truth, tell the complete truth. And what I'm focused on is telling the complete truth because it's the complete truth that's going to free all of us in the mind. The freedom takes place in the mind. That's the real deal. Okay? Because once freedom takes place in the mind, you're good to go. So all you women out there that's missing a soulmate, it's in your brain. All you men out there that's missing a soulmate, it's in your brain. That's what's key. And then when you come up against someone that you want to physically be with, you be better equipped because you would choose someone that is compatible with yourself. And you have more harmony that way. Because when you are in tune with yourself, you're not going to be so visual. When you're not in tune with yourself, you become a visual person. So what you do, you go out there and get that pretty girl that's going to turn your world upside down in chaos. You as a woman go out there and get that visual man that's going to turn your world upside down in chaos. And you don't want that. And then you tell yourself, the left brain tells you, oh, just keep putting up with it. Just keep putting up with it. And the more you put up with it, because you're not going inside, the more you put up with it, the more bonded you're going to be with that individual. So let's focus on freedom. Let's understand that the books are talking about the inside, not the outside. Like I said, the hybrids only copy what they thought was there from the Egyptian priests, which was nothing but men, and they were corrupt. And what's over in Egypt now is hybrids. And so, wherever you look in these locations of history, there's nothing there but hybrids now. They supplanted them there. So when you start waking up and you start looking at these places looking for truth, you're not going to find it because they've supplanted, they remove and supplanted is what they've done. And so, but we know that a spiritual who was here first in the planet. And I don't want to focus too much on who was here in the planet. I want to focus on the spirituality of things. Because one thing that I've learned, when you become free in the brain, you're not afraid of anything. Nothing down here. You're not even afraid of the invisibles. Because, and I don't want to go too far off, but like I said, every time you elevate in your chakras, there's a negative that you're going to have to deal with. And you call it demon, but it's you. It's your negative self. And you're going to have to deal with it. Don't make it outside of yourself. It's inside of you. And you have to overcome the negative within yourself. That's all of us. And as long as we give it to something else, we're not going to overcome it. We're only going to overcome it when we acknowledge that's us. We have the positive and the negative. Remember I told you the positive is the proton and the negative is the neutron. The negative is the electron. The electron is male and the protons is female. They just titles. That doesn't mean that it's female or male. They just titles. Just like the word man means mind. Just like Adam, Adam, is Atom. Just like Eve, there's a duality regarding Eve. Eve is the mother. Okay? That's the mother. And that's the matriarchal. Eve also is the mind. In your books. In your books is the mind. But it does have a duality. Not only did Mason become Ma and son, there was Ma and daughter as well. Ma and daughter was first, then Ma and son. And originally there was a Drominus. And the Drominus is female and male. Not so much gentility, which is your penis and your vagina, but the mindset, the energy. That's what you need to focus on. See, most people have fear of what they don't understand. And for me, I have never had fear in this earth. And I don't have fear at age 62. Instead of having fear, don't focus on the fear. Focus on, do I need to understand this? It's important to understand something rather than reject it. And most people that have fear, they reject what they don't understand, but you don't give it a chance. Give it a chance to see and then decide, okay, well, this ain't for me. Give it a chance. See, that's what I've always done in my life in this planet. I've always been optimistic about everything. Everything. Now, there was a time where I wouldn't try certain foods out. But at my age I am now, I'll try certain foods. So I've gotten a little better. Instead of because in the beginning I would reject no, because I was a vegetable person. Not that I was a vegetarian, it's just that I was a vegetable person and I was always eating bread. So it was me and bread and vegetables. And that's who I was. And my mama always cooked me. And as a married woman, to outside of my brain, I would cook meats for my family, but I wouldn't eat it myself. So let's focus on what is written in the books. Let's focus on the inside. Uh, Remember, I told you the twins that's in the books. They're talking about the female and the male. You know, Cain and Abel were twins, even though they reversed it and made it male to male. It's female and male. Okay, that's what's inside of you. It's female and male. That's what the ancients called them. You know, remember I told you they studied the cosmos. That's what the ancients did, and then a group came along and named the cosmos, and then a group came along and made it deities, and then a group came along and now they all gods. That's what people do. For some reason, it gets corrupted. And so we're in a period now where we're getting what you call the books, which is Revelation. Revelation just simply is hidden, and it's hidden inside of you. Okay? That's all it is. Amun Ra is just hidden, the hidden one. It's inside of you. You know, the pineal gland. Everything is inside of us, people. And so I hope that you get my point. about the soulmate. Until the next time, have a good one.